Focus story. Now taking a stand very much like the MNS does in Bombay, Maharashtra, Chief Raj Thackeray, BJP leader Vijay Goel in Delhi urged to stop the inflow of migrants from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar into Delhi, suggesting that this is a solution to Delhi's problems. Goel made the statement in Rajya Sabha while debating the Delhi budget. All right, let's cut across at this point of time. We have an entire panel to debate the comments of Mr. Goel. We have Ajay Alok, leader JDU, who joins us from Patna at this point of time. In the studio with us is Chandan Yadav, spokesperson of the Congress. We will also be joined shortly by Shaina Insi, who's going to be joining us from the BJP from Mumbai. We're also going to try and get Mr. Vijay Goel on the phone line for the benefit of our viewers. First up, I'd like to directly cut across to Chandan, who's in the studio with us. Chandan, the question I ask you, there's a little flummox because, if one looks back, the Chief Minister, the then Chief Minister, Sheila Dikshit, had pretty much said the same thing and the BJP had gone hammer and tongs after her.
This is the real face of BJP. No, we did not appreciate what Sheila Dikshit has said, if you remember correctly. The Congress party did not appreciate her statement, being a chief minister. Now the difference you will find it is, from 16th May onwards, the BJP has been showing their real face. They came on the slogan of inflation, corruption and governance. Now what they're doing, they're trying to polarize and divide, playing a very dirty divisive politics on the issue of gender. If you remember the statement of Goa Chief Minister and Nihal Chand out there,
okay.
Then religion, R. Lakshmanan from Telangana, what said about Sania Mirza, then about language, Hindi language debate, and now, and religion, Sip Sena Alliance doing. And what our Prime Minister is doing? He came with the slogan of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Now they are showing the real face.
All right.
And the most disturbing part is our Prime Minister, who's there to give a statement on the local election he won in Jamnagar, and he refuses to say a single word on all this issue, divisive issue. And you remember the statement of Jitendra Singh on 370. So the BJP is all set out here to divide this country on the basis of gender, religion, language and region.
All right, we're joined by Shaina as well at this point of time. Shaina, just from the top of my head at this point of time, Mr. Vijay Goel himself, an elected MP from Rajasthan. Your Delhi president, Mr. Upadhyay, comes from Uttar Pradesh. You have people from Bihar who are MPs in Delhi at this point of time. What exactly did Mr. Goel say? Because are all your MPs willing to relinquish posts that they hold in Delhi?
First and foremost, let me please tell your ill-informed Congress spokesperson that he is wrong on all counts. The BJP has not subscribed to any divisive politics, and least of all in this era where there has been a mandate which has been above caste, creed, culture and has been purely on progress. As far as Mr. Vijay Goel's statement goes, I would request you to look at the broader picture, which is how are we in a situation to control and contain migrant influx so that infrastructure of larger megapolises like Delhi and Mumbai, etc., do not collapse. There is no suggestion to suggest that somebody is not welcome from any part of the country to reside in any part that he or she chooses to live in. The larger, broader question is that why are we not developing epicenters, which is our vision plan to have 100 cities which are absolutely empowered so that people have education, security, healthcare, they don't have to buy
that's what
at
prompts
other
me to
places
my
for
next
job
question.
opportunities.
Right.
That is the issue.
All right,
now, if you choose to give this and paint this into a controversy, which is really not.
What was so wrong with what Sheila Dikshit had said last year, because that wasn't taken very well by the BJP, because she had pretty much said the same thing, that it's the migrant population that is causing issues in Delhi.
There's no doing away from accepting reality, but what are we saying? We are saying that let's progress and let's ensure that there is development in all the pockets surrounding New Delhi and all the other cities, so that people are economically empowered, so that they do not need to flock into just the big mega cities of our country. This is
Yadav has a point.
Progress and development which the Congress obviously had ample opportunity to do and did nothing
Shaina, Mr. Yadav
they
has
only
agrees
play
to
lip
your
service
development.
to all
That
these
is what
issues.
you need to
and
do.
to sit on this
But
high
why your
horse and
senior leader
suggest
who has
that
been
we
the
are
president
Okay,
of
one
the
second,
BJP.
one second.
Please come on, the public sees you.
Shaina,
In 2
Mr.
months,
Yadav has
if
a
you expect our
Mr. Yadav
government
has a
to
plausible
create
question.
miracles.
Why single out people from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar? Because that is what Mr. Goel did today in Parliament.
Why isn't out?
See, this could be an opinion of a particular individual, and in a democracy, everyone is entitled to share his.
He's
or her
representing a
vision
party
plan.
view, Shaina.
As
He's
far as the
representing a party
goes,
view. He
we
said it on
are
the floor.
sticking by our
He was
vision plan,
Delhi
which is
BJP
100
chief.
cities, which need to be absolutely at power with the rest, so that people actually seek opportunities around those 100 areas and regions. That is a vision plan, and if you expect
Okay.
for us to implement it within 2 months of being
Shaina,
in government,
many people
I
at
think
this
that
point
one
of
needs
time-
to do a bit of a reality check.
Shaina, many people at this point of time might contest, saying that we can't at one point of time say that these are personal views and then they are party views. These views were put forth on the floor of the Parliament today, which pretty much represents party views. Mr. Yadav would want to come in. Go ahead.
Yeah, see, what BJP is doing is they have defended each and every statement given by R. Lakshmanan and Sania Mirza. What Nihal Chand said, what
No, stick to the
Karnataka MP
point.
said, what
Mr.
See, what
Yadav,
I'm just trying to
Mr.
say.
Yadav, stick to the
yes,
point.
basically.
Please.
As you rightly
Okay, let's
said,
not meander.
Vijay Goel is not an individual. He was the face of Delhi BJP and he spoke this statement in Parliament. The
All right,
temple
let's
of
bring in-
democracy.
let's bring in
and the
Ajay.
Prime Minister and the Minister out there, the whole country was listening, and he did not. He singled out people from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar.
All right,
to
so
be
we have somebody
responsible.
from the
That is
JDU.
a case of clear
We have Ajay,
regionalism. That is
right.
going what BJP is trying to do.
All right. We have Mr. Raj Goel, leader JDU from Patna at this point of time. Mr. Alok, do you reckon that this is a bit worrisome, the trend, because Mr. Vijay Goel pretty much, maybe not exactly saying what the MNS chief Mr. Raj Thackeray says in Maharashtra, but do you reckon it's worrisome because he singled out people from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, and the dichotomy here lies that the very fact that they have people from Bihar who are MPs in Delhi by the face of Mr. Manoj Tiwari?
You know what, I don't think that he has given this statement just in the flow of the statement. He has given it very deliberately. And the whole plank of this was established much before 8-9 months back, when first Raj Thackeray issued a similar statement in Mumbai. Sheila Dikshit followed it in Delhi, and at that point of time BJP was making all hue and cry that we are here to protect people of Bihar and UP and we don't support Raj Thackeray, and we condemn Sheila Dikshit also.
Okay.
But actually the ploy here is clear cut. Don't let people of Bihar and UP come now in Delhi and other metros. They are taking this hardliner step, and Shaina is defending by saying that let's build up 100 new cities so that people do not need an economic migration. For that matter, I have been hearing MJ Akbar. He should have been the first person to say that yes, I am going back to UP, I won't live in Delhi anymore. And the same time, the BJP president and Mr. Manoj Tiwari and whatever the MLAs who are representing the BJP in Delhi.
Mr. Goel himself is an
for
MP
this,
from
they have
Rajasthan.
to change the constitution.
All right, Shaina, do you want to come in?
For this, they have to change the constitution of the country.
Shaina, would
No,
you?
they are in the process. They will do that also because they are in the majority. They
Shaina,
are
do you want to come
abolishing the
in?
Supreme Court collegium. Now they are doing this to stop the influx.
Is even suggesting
I mean, what is
Mr.
that?
Alok,
You
Mr.
are
Alok,
telling
let
me
Shaina
how
have her
it's
say at this
given
point of time.
The kind of debate we have been having in these past 2 months. Literally everything that is a non-issue is even made into an issue. We are cherry picking on stories where the entire story is not viewed in entirety.
No, Shaina,
in
you're
terms
shooting
of
the messenger.
What is the essence of this debate? What are we saying? Are we saying that you need to constitutionally change this? Nowhere, no way. We are saying that every Indian
By
is
stopping, you
entitled to
can
live
only
where
stop
he
the
or
migration
she
if you change the
desires
constitution,
to,
because you cannot
within
change
the
the right of
length
the
and
people.
breadth of this country. Please understand on record that there is no suggestion at all to say that an Indian cannot live where he or she desires to. Is there a question when it comes to UP and Bihar vis-a-vis development? Clearly there is. Why is it that we have so many opportunities which could be availed of in home states, but the people there are unable to do it? It is a case of sheer misgovernance and lack of vision plan, lack of infrastructure, lack of health facilities, lack of educational
Mr.
facilities.
Alok, now playing the
That
devil's
is the
advocate
reason
here,
why
Shaina
people
has a
need
point.
to migrate.
Asking-
Isn't
Let's
this
bring in
a debate that
All
we
right.
should be talking on the larger issues?
All right, let's bring in Chandan Yadav, who's from the
Yeah,
Congress.
I'm
In this
coming on the larger issue. Please
Ajay will come back to you. Chandan has a point that he wants to make. playing the devil's advocate, China has a point here that you upgrade facilities in towns in Bihar, in Uttar Pradesh, and maybe then you will take the burden of places like Delhi and Maharashtra and Bombay in Maharashtra. That is even what Sheila Dikshit said, your own chief minister.
See, the issue is not what we are debating is about the regional disparity in development. There is no debate on that. We need to develop each and every nook and corner of this country. China fails to understand.
Which clearly you all didn't in your 10 years of being in power.
No, don't. Again, you are now, aapke achhe din aa gaye, your good days have come. Now realize that you are in government. Don't give reasons, deliver. That is what the people are expecting from you. See, my charge to BJP
That's
is...
exactly what we're doing. We don't need
you're not
you to
doing. You
sermonize
are
on
giving
it.
controversial statement and your leaders are showing their true color.
Okay.
True color.
We're not
See, I'll
at
tell you,
all.
and the
Please
Prime Minister
understand, you want
Narendra
to
Modi,
create controversy out of
Prime
nothing.
Minister Narendra Modi is silent on all these divisive
All right, we're
issues.
going to come back right to our panel. We're going to, okay, make your point.
One very important point. And this is a development process all throughout the world. You see Tokyo, Seoul has the half population of South Korea.
We're going to come back to our panel. We're going to come back to our panel in just about a minute. Now, what has caused this?
Is only shows the original character.
Yes. Now, we're going to come back to our panel. Now, what's caused this entire controversy? Well, it was one comment that Mr. Goel from the BJP today made on the floor of the parliament. What it was, we're going to play that entire that entire reaction of Mr. Goel, where he pretty much attributes the problems of Delhi to the migrant population, in particular the one coming in from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. All right, a quick comment from Ajay Alok, who's joining us from Patna at this point of time from the JDU. Ajay, what do you make of this comment? Do you think we are going the Raj Thackeray way here?
No, they are already on the process of being a Raj Thackeray. They were Raj Thackeray. What I am telling right now, I am giving a rebuttal to China that you want to develop each nook and corner of the country economically so viable that there shouldn't be any migration. Well, that's a very welcome thought. But then what about the special status issued to the Bihar, where Mr. Modi had promised that he will deliver it within 3 days or 30 days? 90 days have gone. This is your intention of developing? States like Bihar and UP, very
all right, we're running out of time. China, one quick comment.
Grant has been given earlier, you also take that.
All right, China, one quick comment. Do you want to answer what Mr. Alok just said?
It's very well for Mr. Alok to demand a special status and special package, which is under consideration by the Prime Minister of India. However, if you expect that every decision of magnanimity in this country, or for that matter of interest to you, needs to be taken within 2 months of being in power, it's a bit far-fetched. We have a vision plan. We are systematically working towards it. Everything that we have ensured in our manifesto will be delivered. 2 years down, let's have this debate and let's see what is what. It's all very well to sit and put us in the dock and say that, you haven't done this in 2 months. There isn't a magic wand here in this diverse country as ours. There are holistic problems and there are holistic
all right,
solutions.
with that, well, I'm afraid
all of which take time. So bear with us.
All right, I'm afraid that's all the time that we had for. But this controversy could have been avoided if Mr. Goel had not gone on the floor of the parliament and made a comment and completely pinning the problems of the capital of this country on the migrant population of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. We'll keep tracking the story. For now, Shaina NC from Mumbai, appreciate you joining us. BJP spokesperson there. We also had Chandan in the studio from the Congress. Appreciate you joining us, and Ajay Alok from the JDU. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.